If you have a question, please get my attention and we'll come to as many of you as we can. Who wants to start us off? George Colgan.
I know it's another defeat, but what do you, if you're grading that defeat, what do you take out of it?
Yeah, I thought it was much better from us as a group of men. I thought we stood up to the physical challenge of Arsenal. I thought we were much better off the ball, much better defensive performance. We looked more like ourselves in that respect. We defended our goal much better today. In recent weeks, that's been a definite weakness. Of course, we've conceded a goal and we've lost the game, which ultimately is what matters the most. But I think positive signs that hopefully we can rediscover our best defensive mentality, which we're going to need. And then the other side of that is I thought it was a better performance with the ball as well. With Bruno's return, we were more controlled in our build. I thought we were brave with the ball and we created chances to score as well. So in the performance-wise, I'm much more satisfied with that. But of course, it's another defeat and can't lose sight of the fact that we've lost too many games.
Okay, Lee, Craig and Jordan. Lee?
Eddie, just one on Lewis Hall, obviously didn't get any involvement today. Was that a difficult conversation that you had with him?
Yeah, well, it's always a difficult decision because Lewis is an outstanding player and never for any second doubt his qualities and what he can bring the team. But I felt today, for a number of reasons, that Dan was the right pick in terms of height and physicality and dealing with Arsenal's threats. Dan's never let us down in that position. He plays it very differently to Lewis. But I felt that was the right call for this game.
Craig.
And you've spoken there about improvement in defence and the drive and energy and purpose in midfield. What then happened in the final third to not be able to convert on that? I think it's the first time in 19 games you haven't scored. Yeah,
I think there was chances there for us, Craig. Maybe not in the abundance that you'd want in a game. From Willa Sula's moment in the first few seconds of the game to obviously Yoane's is probably our biggest chance. Dan Burns had a back post, Sandro's shot that Raya does well to save. So I thought there was moments. I mean, I think against Arsenal, you're never probably going to come here and create loads of opportunities. With their defensive performances this season have been so strong, but I thought there was enough for us. Yes, you'd like to see more. I think a lot of players playing sort of new together, new relationships that maybe at times you could see that on the pitch, but I can't be too critical of the players today. I've been critical in recent weeks. Today I think I have to say it was a much better performance. Ultimately it wasn't good enough, but I think we have to take the positives.
Thank you. Jordan?
Just on the first goal, how Havertz and Eze end up totally more?
Yeah, well, we obviously didn't necessarily expect them to play short, but it's something that we're prepared for. But we didn't deliver what we needed to deliver at that moment. Hence he's had too much time to shoot.
Four straight defeats the team are 8 points above the bottom three, still with Forest and West Ham to play. Are you looking over your shoulder at all?
Well, I think we're looking at the fact we haven't won games, and it's too many games without positive results. So we're looking at next week and trying to win a game and try and lift the feeling that we currently feel.
Okay, over on the far side.
Hi Eddie. I think Nick Woltemade had some really good quality on the ball when he came on. Can you comment on his performance and why hasn't he played too much?
Was that Nick, did you say?
Nick,
Yeah. No, look, I thought Nick did really well today. I thought Yoane and Nick both performed well when they came onto the pitch. All our subs delivered good performances. His creativity for Yoane's charts, that's what he can do. He's a very special talent in that respect. If he plays like he did today, he'll get loads more minutes and opportunities to impress.
Why hasn't he played too much?
Well, I think our number 9, firstly, we've played with a 4-3-3. Today we changed slightly, we moulded the team selection. Our number 9s have been scoring, so unfortunately he's had to wait his opportunity. But as I say, if he plays like he did today, I was very, very pleased with him.
Dominic?
What did you make of Bruno's performance today, and how is he after coming off? He slipped just before that, looked a bit.
I think he's okay. I don't know. I've not spoke to him directly. He's walking a bit gingerly, but I think that's expected because he's missed so much football, and today was a big effort for him. But I thought he was outstanding. Firstly, in his attitude to play the game, really, with minimal training time, but just the way he plays, the way he's brave, he wants the ball. He changed the dynamic of the team totally and showed his qualities throughout.
Spurs have found out this season the hangover of a poor domestic season, what it can do. What what do you have to do over the next few months to make sure you don't fall into that same trap next season?
Yeah, but we've got a lot to do. I think we've got challenges from different sides. On the pitch, off the pitch, we've got a big summer coming up, so we need to be fully prepared for that.
Thank you. Last one's on the front.
Just on that last one, the big summer coming, you had a lot of strikers, attacking players that you threw on today. Does that show that that goal scorer, Arsenal, one moment of brilliance changes the game, and didn't feel like you quite had that in your arm today?
No, but I think that there's reasons why those players haven't necessarily come in and played the amount of games that they have. I mean, Yoane's case, of course, he's still finding his best rhythm. Nick, I think, will be so much better for this season and hasn't been able to train with us. And we're beginning to see him look a lot sharper and a lot more athletic based on the 3 weeks training that he's had with us. So I've been really pleased with that response from him. So I think we need to give these players time. And as I said in the press conference on Friday, we'll be a lot better, or those players will be a lot better next year for this season.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening all, hope everyone's well. As always, great to have questions and come to you. Sam,
Hello, Mikel.
Hello.
Can you tell us about the players, Havertz and Eze? How badly are they injured, or are they injured?
I'm really happy for the win. We talk about game one and how important that was. We certainly done the job. We should have finished probably with a bigger margin in certain moments of the game. But when it's 1-0, it's always tough because they have quality, because they brought so many good players from the bench as well. And when we don't finish the action, especially the open ones that we had, the margin are going to be smaller. But in relation to the two players that you mentioned, there's muscular niggles. We don't think it's too much. We have to wait and see if they're going to be available for Wednesday.
okay, James from TBS.
Do you feel like you could take 4 games as emotionally draining as that?
Yes. We're taking 50. How many we play now? And we are where we are. I don't expect after 22 years not winning it that it's going to be a path of roses and beautiful and beautiful music around it. So it's going to be like this, and we are ready for it.
Tom.
There seems to be such a swell around the idea of having to score loads of goals and how the table is, but you said on Friday that every game in the Premier League is so hard. Was that the best example of it?
It is. It's so hard to win in this league. We know that. That's why, the amount of points that the team that we have now compared to other years is different, and the reason is because it's so competitive, so difficult to do it. And we know at half-time the message was clear: we need to go and score the second goal. We tried, but when you are not that efficient in certain areas, we certainly have to have other issues, other things to win the game.
Amy, thank you.
How important was it to see Bukayo back on the pitch smiling?
Great, and I think he has some very good impact as well in the minutes that he's played. So he's back. I think he looks sharp, he looks good, he looks fresh. You certainly notice something different in the team, in the stadium as well when he comes in. So we certainly need that.
Do you think is he now fine as far as you're concerned going forward, or are you still having to take it easy match by match?
Let's see how he reacts tomorrow, how he absorbs the load. But he's so keen, he's so motivated. It's the most beautiful part of the season, and he's with us.
Alex, BBC.
Hi.
Is there a bigger meaning in this win as well, being able to put the pressure back on to Manchester City? Are you proud of how you managed to do that?
We had to do what it was in our hands, and we discussed that. That's it. Game one is in our hands. What we do, how we approach the game. Are we able to win it? We've done it. We wanted bigger margins. It's not been possible, but we certainly done the job.
Phil PA.
Just on those emotions, Mikel, you speak about earlier. What is it like when you're on the touchline watching it, and every kick matters and every point obviously now matters?
Just try to play the game with the boys, because I know the immense effort that they are putting in. I know how much they want it, and where certain actions don't go your way, and I see the way they react, and they know it, and they just try back, and they are so willing. Just be close to them, try to pass my energy on it, and help them.
Yes, Sandro.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
I've got 3 points, which is the most important thing. But when it's so tight at the end in the last couple of minutes, not tight, but when there's the nerves in it, it's just one fluky action can lead to a goal. Is that kind of saying that these next 4 games that you need that extra goal just to dampen that?
Yeah, and you have 2 or 3 much better, especially we have some open situations to score the second goal, very clear. I have to say as well, in my opinion, it's a clear red card. I watched it 10 times. If you have ever played football, it is a red card. It's the second time in 2 games, because against Manchester City, when Kai Havertz goes through and Kusanov's fouling 1-1, the title is there. It is a red card, guys. So these are the margins as well, and hopefully that's going to change.
Why do you not give a red card?
I don't know. So they will have their opinion. I'm here to give my opinion. And somebody that has been in the game for a long time, and you talk to any of the players, because the trajectory, where the ball is, there is no keeper there. If that would happen the other way around, it's a red card.
Dave, got in?
I was going to ask something else, but just on the possible red, do you feel that things are going more against you than for you in terms of those decisions?
I'm saying the reality of the last 2 games, in crucial moments when everything at stake is, we need everything to go our way, and it hasn't. I'm not putting any excuses. I'm the first one to understand. I didn't talk about it when we lost the game. I'm doing it when we won. It's a red card today. It's a red card in Manchester, and the world is different. That's it.
Can I just quickly ask you about the short corners? Sorry, Dan. We've talked a lot about corners all season. You've made some. Obviously, you've done a lot of damage with your corners, but you found that you found a different way to make it count today.
I will have to have everything that we do in the game. When the teams adapt to certain things, when the team are so physical that they can defend naturally, that you have to find other ways. The thing that I love best is the courage of the players, because we play short and you could see our reaction on the crowd, because we're so well with the direction. And the second one, we did it again. And Epps shoots with the left foot and he puts it out. And the third one, we score. And to have this, I was going to say another word, courage, big courage, to in this moment when the pressure is on, when the reaction is like this, to play, that is exactly what I want for the team, because the player have to make the decision that I believe is the best.
Charlie,
you mentioned that. How pleased are you that you scored another great goal in front of the England manager as well? I mean, you could have a really big summer, couldn't it? And you mentioned it earlier. Hopefully, it's not too serious. Was he a bit disappointed though that he had to come off?
Well, for sure. Obviously, he's a big player for us, and he's in a really good moment. He produced an incredible moment to score the goal. And as I said, hopefully he's fit and he can be with us on Wednesday.
Okay, last couple. One here.
I
Hi.
think Kai Havertz has played so well recently, and today again, until he came off. Can you just clarify what's the issue is with him, and have you spoken to him yet?
No, I haven't, but he had a little niggle, so I don't know how serious it is. It didn't look too big, because the action, that the way he describes it, is not too sharp, but we have to wait and see.
Okay, finally one here.
Hi.
Congrats on the win. Just wanted to ask,
Thank you.
Minds of Zubimendi sort of looked tight throughout the season, and just wanted to ask why Nova hasn't been used as much.
Yeah. That Subi was sick, and at halftime wasn't feeling good, and he tried his very best. I think he played a really good game. At the end, we had to take him off.
Just wanted to ask about Norgard stopped playing as much throughout the season. Just wanted to hear
because this guy's been exceptional. I understand that, but today I had to leave 2 players out of the squad at the end. Mikel is out, and they were Christian and Ricky. So that's going to happen. As I said, if the Premier League allows us to have 20 or 22 players, we can have everybody feels involved, and hopefully next season that will be the case.
Okay, well,
yeah, thank you.